right, now we're good, I promise. All right, 5, 4, 3.
Welcome to the Nontendo Podcast. My name is Wood, and this week I'm joined by KIP Sabian.
We did it! We got it this time round, though. Well, I still haven't sent my tweet out. I know we've been going over this for a while. Before we start, right? Real quick. Do you have a hashtag that you specifically use?
No, there's no hashtag.
So I could create it right now.
Sure.
Nontendo, yeah.
What are you?
I am a professional wrestler.
You are a professional wrestler. Is that first and foremost?
Yep. That was the original. And I am a attempting video gamer and also a streamer.
Well, no, you are a video gamer.
And what else do I do?
Yeah.
I do a lot of stuff.
Hang out with me on
hats.
weekends.
I wear a lot of hats.
You are. You're wearing one right now.
I now know how to plaster a wall. So
True.
that's really
You've been
cool.
redoing your basement recently.
Yep, I have. I built my own desk. That was really cool too. I own 4 different types of power saws now. So that's really cool because now I can cut things in different ways that I need to.
You're just getting
that sounds a
manlier
little
and
bit
manlier.
weird, doesn't that? Sounds really weird.
No, you're finding yourself.
I can cut anything I want. So it's taken a while.
Yeah, all right, let's go back to the tweet. The tweet, by the way, is why we're late, coupled with the fact that we went live incorrectly, so we're redoing the intro. But now we're kind of past that, and we're into fresh territory.
I think that you wanted me to feel at home. And because I have so many technical difficulties when I stream, I think that you guys set this up. So thanks for... Thanks for picking it up.
We do a lot of research here.
Thanks.
We really look into our guests.
I watch every stream.
You're so kind. Okay, so the tweet. I think I nailed it.
This is you tweeting out
This is the tweet
episode.
about what's going on right now.
I thought you had already sent the tweet.
It's taken... No, I changed it a bit. And I also gave you a hashtag now.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just a couple of dudes hanging out.
Hashtag dudes.
While I pretend to know how to host a gaming podcast.
Yeah. All good so far.
At beatemups Woods is here too.
Did you spell it somehow like...
No, I just added Woods because it sounded funnier.
Okay.
It's his show after all. Hashtag...
You said too much.
Hashtag...
You wrote too many things.
No, it's really good. This is like
it's very confusing.
Hashtag Nontendo, yeah. Nontendo, yeah.
Nintendo, yeah.
T-shirts.
Okay.
Let's merch that out for you.
We do need merch. We're struggling for merch.
Well, there you go. Nintendo,
I don't know if
yeah.
Okay. Nintendo, yeah.
Nintendo, yeah. Can we get that?
We'll get that.
Ease on
We'll
it.
ask for that.
Ease
Can
on
we
it.
get that?
Yeah, no. If you
Sure.
Nintendo,
I'm not
yeah.
the one to decide that, but sure, whatever you want.
So, yeah, there's a lot of things I want to talk about with you before we get
sure
into
there
it.
is.
But today we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct.
Yes, we
as
are.
well as the Elden Ring DLC. And did you know that Japan's Direct was better than ours?
No, I didn't know that at all.
Have you seen it either?
No.
Okay, we're going to watch it together, which is good because I want to get your reaction to it anyway.
So I deliberately did not watch anything.
Yeah.
Because I knew...
Not because you couldn't be bothered.
Because I knew we were going to do this. So I was like, hey, it's going to be much better if you've seen it.
Yeah.
Because I know you're up at
I did the work.
crack of dawn to watch it.
I did yesterday,
And I didn't watch it. So then we could talk about it with me with a fresh perspective.
This is actually... I mean, you are very much into gaming. I don't want to talk about that. But
That's
this
true,
is
yeah, you're
this
right.
is actually
You're
what
right.
I wanted when I started the show. I was like, it would be cool if eventually we got a guest in. And I even think I said this, if we had a Direct and I got to show someone who's not really into gaming the Direct and get their take on it. Because at this point, we've seen them all. We know what to expect. We're kind of burnt out on them. But maybe even the I'm not going to say this one was boring, but maybe even those are exciting to people outside of the space.
Am I going to be let down?
That would be wild because you don't really watch them.
I
and you
haven't
have no
even watched your
expectation.
video that you posted about it.
Thank
yet.
you.
Deliberately. I take this seriously. You know, I wanted to make sure that I was as
not doing
unprepared.
any prep very seriously.
Yes, I wanted to make sure I was as unprepared as possible for this episode.
No, that's good.
So
I
you
like
could
that.
get real reactions.
Yeah, I know. That is.
I
good.
like to live in the moment. You know, the real emotions.
Yeah, is that something you live by?
Always.
Sure. Because you don't like planning things.
That's very true.
Yeah. So you are a professional wrestler for AEW.
Indeed.
You go by KIP Sabian.
I do.
I met you and your wife Liv with my wife Kim.
Yep.
Behind stage. You call it stage? Backstage at a show. Maybe like 4 months ago now. 4 or 5 months ago. I don't really know how long ago.
Liv, do you remember when it was? It was a little bit ago. A little bit ago. It was October.
Okay.
I had a face paint. Like,
You did.
I looked like a Joker.
My favorite month. My favorite month. October.
Mine too. You know why?
Halloween.
My birthday.
Halloween.
Well, and my birthday.
Second reason for it, but Halloween is probably number one.
Yeah. If you consider it the second reason why October's good, that still makes me happy. So we met in October. We became fast friends.
We did.
We hung out Christmas Day. We hung out New Year's Eve. We've hung out pretty much every weekend since then.
Most holidays.
Most holidays.
What did you do New Year's?
Not our anniversary. Which
Did we hang out New Year's?
To. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Just to tick the list.
One of those days we got Chinese food and
We did.
played games.
We did.
So we became fast friends, bonded over video games, as well as just how eerily similar you and I are as people, and how eerily similar Kim and Liv are as people, and then how eerily similar our relationships are to each other.
Yeah, it's very weird.
It is very weird.
Strange.
Yeah.
But we both felt like it was a setup. Like, that's what I found
Yes.
the funniest. You started to think,
yes.
what's the catch? Is this a rib? And I was like, I don't know, man. This is a bit weird. Like,
It was
there's
getting
too
to the
many
point
similarities.
where I thought you were putting me up to something.
Yeah.
And like whenever I said I liked something or I did something or I had this experience, you would just go, yeah, me too.
Yep.
And just pretend.
And I waited all this time to come on this podcast so I could tell you, we got you. It was all a dad. No, I'm joking. Gears of War, I think that was probably the thing.
That was the
one.
main thing.
We
yeah.
finished it the other day.
We
on
did.
Insane.
We played through Gears of War on Insane in his basement.
Insane.
Beating the final boss Ram was... we were both
I
pretty
don't
done.
think
It
I've
was like
seen
3
you that
a.m.
angry before. It
was a quiet rage.
I got annoyed, and then you were getting so frustrated that I started to enjoy it. So every time we died, I was like, this is great. Because you were getting more and more annoyed. And then we eventually beat him, and it was like, I don't even know what we did. I think we just had to cross the train. I think we spent too much time.
You know what it was? This is so no one cares.
Yeah, it's like I was just having a conversation.
I gave up on the
Sorry.
talk. I gave up on the talk bow and I started using the sniper. At the,
You did.
And then we just crushed it after that.
That's true.
Yeah. Because I had more bullets.
We're just too good.
You said something while we were playing too that got into my head that upset me while we were getting frustrated.
Oh, I was
too.
calling you a whiner.
Yeah, you said I was whining.
Stop whining.
You said stop being so
Stop being
whiny.
so
You're always
whiny.
whining. I waited like an hour and then I was like, do I actually
Am
whine?
I always
Do I
whining? I was like,
whine?
no. But I got you.
You did get me.
This is what happens when Wood texts me at midnight saying, the comments, I'm reading the comments.
Yeah.
Like, stop reading
You
the
can't say
comments.
anything bad about me. I take it to heart too quickly.
Oh God, you don't want to check. You want to check my mentions? My God,
No, yeah.
savagery.
No, I have actually, that's a side tangent, but I have noticed that. I mean, the gaming community in general can get very toxic in replies, like one of the most toxic communities out there, but I think rivaled only by the wrestling community.
But I feel like in so many ways that like there's so many crossovers between wrestling and gaming.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's very similar. and
That's
it's
what I
very
was trying to
easy.
get to as well. So you've always been very passionate about gaming. You
Yep.
currently stream on Twitch.
Yep.
KIP Sabian on Twitch.
Yep, the KIP Sabian.
You're trying to get more into YouTube too.
Yep, the KIP
Point, yeah,
Sabian.
point, not other one. Point
Producer
now.
Ben.
Can you cut to his camera? Is his camera dead?
I appreciate that Kip understands TV talk because he obviously works on a,
Hey, he
a
works on
show
TV.
that goes, so
Yeah.
as a fellow TV person, I love
What is it? TBS?
TBS TNT.
Yeah.
Yeah, did some
Yeah.
ITV stuff back in the day with the
Oh,
world of
nice.
sports. You know what I mean? That was
Actually, can you bring up? I put a link in the doc to. I had just had a clip from your match recently with Vikingo.
which one?
The
Oh, that one.
yeah.
Look at you being all prepared.
Yeah. I am a little
Oh.
prepared, just to show people.
You also picked
know.
a really nice picture of me for the.
Well, you sent it to me. Actually, we need to look at the thumbnail things, but I
got me
initially,
on that one,
because I
yeah.
told you to send me a picture and
You did.
you took a minute.
You did.
And I had already made it with me on the side going like a YouTuber face.
Yeah.
And then you sent me yours and you look so stoic and handsome in all of them. I was like, I've
Well-
got to change mine.
Well,
I can't.
you said I found one of you with blue hair, so maybe I can edit the hair. And I was like, no, what are you doing? I have pictures of myself.
Well, you're just smiling in that picture.
Well, I was trying to
look
put
nice.
you over by being like, oh, look how kind you were choosing a nice picture of me. Because if it was the other way around, I would pick like the nicest looking picture of me, and I'd probably find one where you looked like good, but not like the best. Do you know what I mean?
That says something about you, I think, more than it says anything about me.
I'm joking.
You should
Nice
see
t-shirt though, by the way.
You should see the
It's
picture.
a nice t-shirt.
Thanks, AEW.
This is the
Oh, look at that guy.
That's you.
Look at that guy.
We can't show too much because I'll probably get claimed, but little flippy kippy. Look at that guy. Pin him, get the win. Go on. You got it.
What's he hitting with? Right across.
Alright, that's probably all we can show
There it
before
is.
we get. Did you see the title for this episode, by the way?
No.
Did that Nintendo Direct really no sell? Look at the title.
Good lad.
Thanks.
You've been using gimmicks a lot recently too, I found out.
Like wrestling slang.
Yeah, wrestling slang.
I have, yeah. I've had to stop myself from saying gimmick because I don't want to feel like I'm copying you.
I'm still upset I don't have a Nintendo mug. I'm going to keep
But
bringing it
it
up.
was-
I'm gonna send you one.
Yeah, I know. I keep being told this, but I think that's just, it's an excuse, isn't it?
That was one of our test mugs that wasn't printed as quality as the other ones.
I see. Yeah,
And
well, I know. I've already held that one.
Yeah. I'll get you a mug.
You could have been nice and switched them with me, but it's okay.
Well, the thing is, this one faces this way when I pick it up, you see. You stop derailing.
Yours isn't even showing the...
You're blocking it. You're literally doing what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
but then
doing
it sits this way when I put it down. Let's not talk about the mug.
All right, so let's talk about video games.
Yeah. You want to dive into the Direct?
Yeah, can we talk about Battle Maniacs though first for a second?
Sure.
So I've been going back and like watching videos of the old like SNES games that I loved, and Battle Maniacs is probably one of the first, like the Battletoads Battle Maniacs is probably the first game that I can really
Was that on Super
remember
Nintendo?
playing on the
This is bizarre.
I haven't.
You haven't seen the Direct yet?
No.
I'm 99% sure that game came to the Switch in this Direct that we're about to watch. It's the Battletoads.
Wait, are you legit? Like, no, I'm
Battletoads
joking.
on Super Nintendo, yeah. Unless it's a different one.
Why you're spoiling it for him?
Wait, is it really?
It's just bizarre.
Oh my
that-
god, that's like one of my favorite games of all
I'm just gonna be
time.
obscure about it.
Then no.
I already went nuts when they brought out Joe and Mac Caveman Ninja because talking gaming memories real quick.
You might have been the only person that went nuts for that, just so you know.
Really?
Joe and Mac?
Yeah, dude. Right. Here's two games that like I can name you three games that shaped my childhood.
Go.
Right. One was Joe and Matt Caveman Ninja, which I think was probably one of the first games I ever played.
Yeah.
Because there was a fish and chip shop up the road from my house. And I used to go down
making
there
me
and they
nostalgic.
had the arcade cabinet for Joe and Matt Caveman Ninja.
Okay.
And me and the daughter of the owner just used to play that game because he would give us money for the machine. So we just play that game over and over again. Never completed it. Still can't complete it.
never do.
It's the most annoying game on earth
Yeah.
to try and complete. Maybe one day we'll complete
Wait, he
it.
gave you unlimited coins and you still couldn't complete
It's
it?
impossible. Yeah, because once you die, you're dead.
Have you finished it to this day?
No.
Okay.
I've
Wow.
been trying it on the SNES like a lot.
We should play it.
Sounds good.
We'll beat it. We'll take it
Second
down.
one, Battle Maniacs.
Yeah, okay. I've heard
Best
of that one.
soundtrack. Best soundtrack.
It
That
do-
and
yeah,
Star
it
Fox are
does,
two of the
yeah.
best soundtracks.
Did you play the NES Battletoads?
Is that the one previous to the one that I'm talking about?
Yes.
Then yes, but because I thought it was the one from my childhood, but it wasn't. I got really upset about it, to be
That
honest. I'm
game's
not gonna
also
lie.
brutally hard, but it has great music.
Have you played the new Battletoads, though?
No, I
That's
haven't.
really good.
Oh, should I?
Me, Liv, and her brother played it recently. It's very good.
Okay.
If you just like casually just,
The art style looks good.
it's very good.
Yeah.
It's funny too.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now I'm really excited for this video.
What was the third game?
Bugs Bunny and Taz, Lost in
This is
Time.
so random and I love them.
No, Time Busters, not Lost in Time.
I love that game.
Dude,
for
Time Busters?
PS1.
Yeah,
right?
the co-op PS1.
Yeah, that
one
was
of you is
fun.
Taz, one is Bugs. Bugs can like dive into holes,
Yeah.
and Taz can like eat things.
Have you never played
And
that?
Spin Fest?
Dude,
I
it's
haven't.
so
Dude,
good.
that game is so fun.
You literally
Yeah.
go through history.
It really that really is like a lost classic.
Yeah.
I totally
Okay.
agree with that.
I'll add it to my list.
Liv, how often do I talk about that? Like all the time?
All the time.
She looks all the time. He won't shut up about bugs.
I do
The whole
love
time he, like, was painting.
The soundtrack to the Bugs Bunny game?
Battletoads soundtrack.
Oh, the Battletoads.
soundtrack.
You've also been addicted to the Star Fox.
I can't stop listening to the
We work out
Corneria-
together.
Corneria.
We go to the gym together and he listens to the Conaria, is that it?
Yeah.
Theme before he gets to the gym. And then the whole time we're at the gym, he's humming and singing this damn song and getting it stuck in my head.
So good. So good.
I'd tell you to do it, but we'd probably get claimed.
Yeah, probably. My voice is so good that like they would think it was the actual soundtrack.
True.
I have an 8-bit voice.
You did used to sing. So
I
you got
did. I
punched
did
in the
used to
throat.
sing until
Something
I
you
got-
like to tell me all the time.
I did.
All right, let's take a look at this direct. Let's get
Please.
stuck in. I want to show it to you.
Yes.
And I want to get your opinion. So I linked you the whole direct, but there's also an article.
Yeah,
with,
I have the article.
The article is probably going to be best,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Actually, to start, can you bring up? There's two things that weren't in the direct, and I want to talk about this because I didn't get to in my video. Can you
Get
bring up?
comfortable.
Can you bring up the Mother 3?
Oh, yeah.
We'll do that one first. So you don't know this. I'm going to teach you this right now.
Okay, cool.
But Japan exists.
I've been to Japan, so yeah, I know that
You got the
exists.
arms out.
I was, I want to get comfortable.
Liv's in the background, so I don't know what she's trying to do.
Do you want to say hi?
Were you trying to take this?
Do you want me to take it?
Oh, I don't know. Is that what you're trying to do?
She was trying to look at the monitor.
I saw my monkey ball and I was like, ooh.
Oh, you saw Monkey Ball and got
You can
excited.
peek in from here, too. I don't know. I didn't know what you were trying to do. I'm sorry.
Liv saw Monkey Ball and got really excited and was like, "Oh, I need to get involved now."
I'm also very excited about it.
Well, there you
We're
go.
gonna talk
Talk
about
about
Monkey
that.
Ball.
But you want to see?
Let's do the two. There's two Japan announcements. So Japan always has a direct at the same time as us, but it's sometimes different. They sometimes cut things out that are Japan exclusives. Have you ever heard of Mother 3 or Mother or Earthbound? Okay, so Earthbound. Why are we getting laggy? Is that normal?
I think it's because I'm on Safari. It's fine. It fixes.
So Earthbound is one of my favorite Super Nintendo games. And they also have a series of games. It's called the Mother series. But Mother 3 was the kind of like the sequel to Earthbound, but it never got released outside of Japan and it never got localized, so it's not in English. And this has been one of the most wanted games that people have wanted to come to English for decades. And it's like Nintendo just ignores it completely and they never even talk about it. But in the other direct, the Japanese direct, they revealed Mother 3 coming to the Nintendo Switch Online system in Japan only, and it's still not in English.
is there an ad for it? Is there
Oh, those
Yeah, I put a link to it in the doc.
dastardly.
It's under like Japan
dastardly
exclusives. There's two links in there.
Nintendo. You dastardly devils.
Japan's better thing?
Yeah.
That just popped up with the. Okay.
I mean, at this point, I've talked about it.
I mean, still. Yeah, you could either do that or
They're struggling to pull it up. They're struggling a lot today.
sorry.
I mean, I can understand. It's kind of daunting. Kind of
I'm
daunting.
starstruck.
Sorry, my bad.
He's going to moonsault you if you don't hurry up.
I don't know if my knees could handle it on this floor, to be honest. I need like some. Oh,
There it is. That is Mother 3. I don't have much else to say about it at this point, to be honest. But yeah, Mother 3, it's coming to Japan systems. And once again, Twitter and the world of Nintendo fans were like, okay, but can we please get this in English so that we can all play it for the first time? Because it's a sequel to a beloved cult classic game, and we can't play it because we don't speak or read Japanese.
right. So the original was in English.
Yes, it got localized back on
Oh, I
Super
understand.
Nintendo.
Okay, now I understand what you're talking about. You
Yeah.
see?
So
To start
imagine
with, you were saying words, and it was
let
just
me
going
put this
like,
in a way you'd explain. You'd understand. Imagine if Bugs Bunny Trapped in Time got a sequel,
lost in time. But okay.
but it only released in Germany and it was all in German. But you knew it, apparently it was just as good, if not better, than the one you already liked.
Good. I took
Danke
German at
schön,
school.
danke.
I took German at school. I would not be able to understand much of it.
Okay, so
but-
you wouldn't be bothered by it. Well, this is an RPG, which is mostly reading, so
Yeah, I was going to say,
it's
like,
a little
I
more
definitely-
tough.
I'm
Yeah.
just playing
Bad
devil's advocate
comparison.
here. I like
And
playing
then
devil's advocate.
There was another game that was only in Japan, which should be linked under that one.
It wasn't linked at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
And that one was I know this one because this is definitely what I prepared for. This is the other one that was only in Japan, which was the
Oh, it looks like for that one, I put in the link to the doc and
Yeah,
it
that's what I was like,
relinks.
where you're
Yeah.
linking
So
Yeah,
that one's
that one.
that one is my bad.
yeah, that's the one.
But I want to pull that one up.
Yeah, me too.
Japan.
What's the name?
Let me see if I can pull it up.
This is a
I'll see if
mess
I can
right
find
now.
it for you too.
It's fine. It's the podcast.
I'm having a great time.
We're all having a great time. I've got it here. I'll send it. I'll put it in the doc.
You got that before me. Well done, mate.
You're welcome.
Well played, buddy. Well played. I was looking for my notifications. Which one was from eBay? Because so I did this thing yesterday that I always love it when this happens.
It's in the dock refresh.
There was a Warhammer.
You
model.
love Warhammer.
I do love Warhammer.
Obsessed with Warhammer.
I'm obsessed with Warhammer. There was a Warhammer model that you can't get anymore. He's called Captain Badrock. I like orcs, right? And I was bidding for it on eBay to try and like get this model that they don't make anymore. And I put in a pretty high bid as my max
How
bid.
high are we talking?
I don't want to say it in front of Liv.
Okay, don't say.
It was kind of high.
Whisper it to me.
So it used to, well, it was at like, it was at $60, right?
Oh, that's not too bad.
No. It was at $60 up until the last minute. And I sat there waiting to snipe it. And I put in 120, right? From $60 to 120 for one little model, right?
That's not bad.
Maybe
Clearing,
it'll
you're
go to maybe it'll
doubling
go
it.
to 70 because they do
Yeah.
that thing where it slowly goes
And you're
up.
like well above.
Easy.
Yeah.
So I put 120 in and it gets down to the last 10 seconds and I click, boom, submit bid. And all of a sudden it goes, someone outbid you. And I was like, oh, now the
Now it's-
ego's
well, now
kicking
it's
in.
on. Now
I
you-
went.
Now you're losing money if you don't buy it.
I went 170. I was like, boom, send it in.
Easy.
Boom, sorry you didn't win. Other people have done the same kind of thing.
See, now you gotta go to- you gotta go to 250
the
here.
same guy that would have got it for $60,
Yeah,
right? 10
yeah.
seconds earlier,
Yeah.
had to pay $190 for the model. So I sat back like,
So you didn't buy it?
I didn't win it,
You
but
just
he
wanted
had
to screw him
but
over.
he had to
But
pay an
you
extra
pushed it up.
$100. So I felt really good about it. That's a horrible thing to say, but it's
No, it's funny.
I really want.
I actually miss the days
Captain
of eBay.
Badrock.
I'm ready.
I do enjoy it.
I miss the days of eBay and like outbidding people.
Here we go. Oh, definitely.
Okay, so this is a 1-minute trailer for a game that has only been revealed for Japan right now. but looks
Renatus, right?
sick.
Renatus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
No, I
course.
heard about this.
Renatus. Right?
See,
Renatus.
there it is. Renatus. Oh, I like the artwork a lot.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me, it looks a little bit like Persona-y. Like Persona Strikers a lot. It looks pretty good visually for the Switch. Can you skip to any gameplay? Although it might be coming up pretty quick. There it is. There we go. I mean, it looks sick, honestly. So, again, just like Mother 3, I'm hoping that this one gets localized as well and doesn't just stay in Japan, because this looks fun.
It looks really fun.
It also has like a red and blue 2-character arc, almost like Astral Chain did. Exactly like Astral Chain did. And the gameplay is similar. And I love Astral Chain. So yeah, 2 announcements that didn't come. And this is every time I make my reaction videos on the day and I turn around and make them real quick and then I upload it and then I go to Twitter and there's all this stuff I missed from the Japan Direct. I'm like, my God, I wish I had known that while I was making my video.
Yeah, that would probably come in handy, wouldn't it?
Well, that's why I have the podcast.
I liked the visuals of that though.
Would you play a game like that?
Yeah, well, you made me download Persona
3.
the new one that just came
Yeah.
out. I'd never played a Persona game before, and Woodman over here decided that I needed to play one, so we decided on what is it? Persona 3?
Persona 3 Reloaded. But now I'm
Reloaded.
playing it and I'm like, I kind of want you to start on 5. Because 5's so much more fleshed
That's
out.
on the Switch.
I think it's on Xbox and it was on Game Pass for a while.
Oh, really?
It might still be.
mate.
Someone in chat, let me know if it's
Is it
still
the kind
on
of game
Pass.
that if I'm on the road though, that it'd be more fun to have that as a road game?
Yes.
because I like having road games
Yes.
whenever we're on the road.
What would you put it on? Steam Deck or Switch? It's on Switch. You can borrow my copy. I finished it.
Probably. Oh, even better.
There you go. All
I'm a
right.
stickler for a good deal.
And free is the best kind of
free
deal.
is my best kind of deal.
All right, we can react to the actual direct now. Bring
Yeah,
up
let's go.
Bring up Monkey Ball.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat wrote, "Oh, cool, Kip and beatemups in one video." I like
It is pretty cool, right?
We've done it before.
We have.
You helped me shoot my game room tour.
Oh yeah.
And-
I was wearing some really sweet pants that day too.
You're about to be in another secret video that has been pretty delayed, but it's coming pretty soon.
Do you know how much I've done of my video for that?
Probably as much as I've done of
I
mine.
uploaded the footage to my PC.
Okay.
It's about as far as I've got so far.
You're getting there.
I still need to send it to my
Yeah.
brother.
Probably should do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
All the biggest announcements from the February Direct. So I like doing these on the podcast because I get to get into it more and actually talk about stuff. And I skipped a lot in my video. So first up, what do we got? As it scrolls, Grounded. Oh boy, aren't
I love how
you?
they tease you with Monkey Ball and just go to one of the games. That
Monkey Ball's a bit later in. You can play the trailer while we're
Was
talking.
this like Honey I
Just
Shrunk?
keep the
Honey
sound
I
off.
Shrunk the people.
Yeah, actually, yes. That is actually the story. So
I'm 100% invested in that.
a bunch of kids get shrunk down, and you play with like up to 4 friends or 3 friends, just 4 you total. And it's like crafting a little. You start with nothing, and you gotta like scrounge some materials together, and you fight big bugs and giant spiders that are actually really terrifying. And there's an option to turn the spiders off or make them cuter or make them a cube or something if you don't want it. If you have arachnophobia.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So the story behind this one is that it. Are you just invested in looking at it?
Yeah, I'm really into it. Sorry.
I think we're all doing that right now.
I'm a visual kind of person.
So last couple weeks on the podcast, we've been talking about how Xbox games might be coming to Nintendo.
I have watched the podcast.
This is one of them. So a lot of people were expecting Hi-Fi Rush to be the game that we were getting. Turns out it's Grounded and Pentiment, which we'll get to later in this direct. There's 4 Xbox games going to other consoles. The other 2 are Hi-Fi and Sea of Thieves, which are going to PlayStation.
So is that game already out, is what you're saying?
That game's been out for about a year on Xbox.
Never played it, and I have an Xbox.
So it's also free on Xbox if you have Game Pass.
Then I shall play that.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. I'd play it with you.
Let's do it.
Ham, do you have a question? No. Okay. Enter Magnolia was the next one from the direct. I liked a lot of these announcements. It's weird because it all kind of blended together into a sort of... people thought this direct was boring, but I think if you actually gave a lot of these games a chance, a lot of them are really fun.
I probably would, yeah. I do that a lot with things.
You ever heard of Ender Lilies? So that was a game on...
I'd not heard of Grounded, which seems like a really like obvious thing that I probably would have. I'm not.
No, I mean these are kind of like indie third party.
Yeah,
type
think
stuff.
of me as like, you know how
My friend.
You know, as
My friend
Think
Kip.
of me as your friend Kip that does not know. No,
Who
think
needs
of,
to be nurtured.
Think of yes. Think of like, you know how you'd have a wrestling. You'll understand this. You have a wrestling fan that is like a mainstream wrestling fan, so they would know wrestlers that are, you know, the top wrestlers from the companies that they see all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have some amazing wrestlers that are on the independents, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at with video games.
So
I'm like a mainstream
You know The
guy.
Rock. You know Stone Cold.
Yeah.
But if you were to be asked like Will Ospreay,
well, no, that's different. He's like definitely probably one of the most well-known wrestlers in the world right now.
really?
Shout out to Will. Yeah. Cool. Osprey. Love him.
He's one of your buddies.
He's one of my childhood friends.
yeah, giving you guff.
Bless him.
Safari was giving me like that was
Hey,
what was calling.
and you know what's great? It's fine because when technical difficulties happen, we just riff.
We've never had this many.
Hey, it's what I do. Maybe it's me. Maybe
I
I,
think-
have
yeah, I think
maybe
you've
I have like
cursed
an
it.
electric pulse that
Yeah.
affects technology.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no, so think of it that way. I when it comes to indie games, unless it's something that you've recommended or a very rare occurrence that I've found something.
In my eShop videos.
Liv probably knows more about indie games than I do.
Liv is big in the gaming.
She
we didn't
spends a
talk about
lot
that.
of time on like the eShop and
The first
Steam
conversation
for
we
indie
had
games.
when I found you guys backstage was I zeroed in on Liv and was like, I watch your Twitch.
Yeah. Liv points out many times that our friendship was because she actually sparked
It's all
a
because of her.
conversation, and I was in like the zone post show where I was like, I just want to go home now. You know, I just want to drive home. And then we started talking to you, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. But I'm going to be brutally honest, I had no idea who you were.
No, that's fine.
Which
you weren't
is
supposed
which
to.
the funniest part of that was when we were talking about like gaming or whatever it was, or like having a job that was really cool, and you said, "Oh, like being a wrestler is really cool," and I was talking about like video games. You're like,
We
"Oh,
wanted to
yeah,
switch
like
jobs."
that's no," but where you
Yeah.
were like, you know, that's my job, and I was like, "Oh, I guess he like, you know, streams or whatever," but that's kind of cool. And then I was like, I checked your stuff, and I was like, "Oh, actually." Brother does a lot of YouTube stuff. With
He
some-
doesn't suck.
He's got a pretty large amount of subscribers, I guess. Oh, his video.
I guess I will be his friend.
No. Oh, his
Maybe I will
his
talk to
videos,
him.
His videos are good too.
Oh, thank you.
Now
That's
I feel
a rare
bad.
one for me.
Now I feel bad.
No, I've told you this a bunch, but our friend Charlie he always brings us backstage, and he always tries to get us to talk to everybody. He's like, go talk to let's meet Tony Khan. Let's go meet this person. Let's go talk to, and I'm like, dude, these people don't know me. And he was bringing me back to meet Tony Khan, and we saw you guys down there. And he was like, go talk to Kip and Liv. I was like, dude, they don't know who I am. Like, what am I gonna say? And I said no, and he made us walk down there. And then I get there, and I don't know what to say to either of you. And all I knew was I'd seen you on Twitch, so I was like, I watch you on Twitch. And then we started talking about Sims, and then Kim loves Sims. So they were going off on Sims, and you were talking about Fortnite and Warzone. And
I was talking.
And Alan Wake had just came out, and we were talking about playing Alan Wake.
Still haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
I've been replaying the first one.
And then it all went from there.
It did.
Computer on fire? What is happening?
I don't know.
Hey, we should have a press-up competition. We were talking about that beforehand. Should we do that?
I've noticed the screen keeps getting laggy. Can you switch to Chrome?
I did.
Can you bring up Internet Explorer? Can you get Bing going?
Should we do burpees?
You want to do some push-ups?
No, I don't want to do burpees. I wonder who'd win in a push-up competition these days though, because you've been pushing it pretty hard in the gym.
You want to do we got time.
I mean, if you think that
Well, of all the days to finally not wear a jacket, it's the day when Kip is here with the guns out.
This is where
You want to do it?
Yeah, sure. But this is where everyone that's watching the podcast is like, what is this? This is not the video gaming stuff that I was expecting.
Put the guns up right before we do
Here
this.
you done. No, I'm joking. That's a really good angle. Lighting's great in here.
Through the lag.
Actually, you're looking pretty hefty, bud.
Thanks.
You're really hefty.
I am.
Hefty.
I guess because I'm self-conscious about how I look, so I wear a sweater all the time because it hides everything.
Here we are. Here's the reveal party right now. Look at him. Look at this guy. I can see on the monitor there. Look
I
at
mean,
him.
we didn't talk about this, but yeah, I've been training for like almost 5 months, I think, with Cesar.
Yep.
Who also is a ex-AEW wrestler and a professional wrestler. And we have the same trainer.
I then joined him because of you.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you were like, oh, he's so good and everything's like
he's
on
awesome.
point.
I love him
he's
so
great.
much. He's so nice.
I actually sent progress pictures yesterday.
We chat now sometimes. Like we just started chatting on Instagram DMs the other day and just talked for a while.
It's great.
He's
dude.
so nice.
Working with a lot of people. I saw yesterday, I think he posted that he was working with Eddie Kingston as well.
Eddie Kingston,
been looking really good
I've
recently.
seen Rosa. I've seen
Ethan.
Let's
just
of course.
talk about Ethan right
Ethan
now.
Page was the one that got me to work with him because Ethan and I are friends.
Yeah.
And we always send progress pictures back and forth with each other.
Yeah, he's looking great right now.
Pullman, what's his name? Brian.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, Pillman.
Pillman Jr.
Pillman?
Lex.
Yes. Because he's back on
Lexus
NXT
King?
now. Now we're talking wrestling.
Yes.
He
we are.
trains a lot of wrestlers. And me.
Yep.
You want to
Hey,
do push-ups? We
it's
got
still-
time. It seems like it's not fixed.
All right. So should we have like an actual competition then?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're listening to the audio of this, E, can you talk about what's happening back there while we do this?
Can hand do it so I can just make sure everything's fixed?
Yeah. Just talk about what the process of why the show has been delayed a little.
All right, so we are
I do
having a
expect you to
slight
win.
delay, a push-up delay, because of some system issues we've got going on here. But we're gonna have
wait, did you train
a nice little erotic push-up competition.
Let's say yes. My chest is so sore right now. I can't believe it.
I've already well,
Kiss.
Kip's already won. Kip's already won ahead. So
You do feel really close to my face.
should I have been counting? Because
We're just doing it at the same time. Oh, it's so laggy.
well, Kip did one in the beginning, so Wood needs to do an
I
extra
did one in the beginning. That's why he did one.
Okay, fair enough.
You're both doing different types of push-ups.
What? We're getting out of sync. We should have been counting.
I'm just waiting for the kiss.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. It's just an endurance thing at this point.
It's about power.
Yeah, I'm fine. Oh no, I'm struggling. Oh god, I can't do it, man. You're just too strong for me now.
Well, you stopped, so I'm not going until you've done it.
You win, man. You're just too strong now.
Don't chicken out by saying that I'm too strong.
Too strong. You beat me. You're too strong. He's too strong now. You know. He's evolved. Little old me can't keep up. Well done, man. You did good. Congratulations. You were off camera too.
I'm sorry we didn't kiss.
It's your show, so I thought, we got to make sure.
Why did you really stop? How many did you have left?
I was kind of bored. I'm not like we were just in press ups. I think we got to normally I'll do 50 before I go out.
I feel like I have a pump now. 50?
Just
How many did we do just then? Probably like 20, 25.
yeah, not many, like 30, probably.
Yeah, not many.
I
Just
remember
30.
I remember being at high school and having to do the warm up stuff. And they'd have us doing press ups.
This is either the best episode or the worst episode.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I really don't know.
Well, especially when we can't see what people are saying. 90% of the chat's like, God, stop doing all this stuff.
I might talk to chat, and if it's not fixed.
If there's a way.
What's going on?
Huh?
They're saying what's happening.
We do these shows live. We're live right now, obviously, and we're having some kind of issue with the internet. We're lagging a little bit, and we can't manage to pull up Google or any browser. So
I got those up now. If you want to just keep going.
well, then what are we waiting for?
I'll just make sure everything's set up.
They were waiting for us to do press ups. I did say before we started that I should have got a pump before we started this.
Well, I have a little bit of one now.
I'm joking. Am I?
So the direct, there it is.
Here we go.
All right.
Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist.
Can you play that? You don't have to you don't have to open a new window for it.
Let me just get it the right way.
I'm really excited for this game. I hear it's going to be a very good game.
Ender Lilies was a 2D, not Metroidvania, but it was kind of like a Souls-like game, like Elden Ring, which you love so much, that I wanted to talk about today, where you capture spirits of ghost spirits and they fight for you. And you're like a little girl, but these big ghost spirits fight for you.
So it's like Pokemon?
Sure. Yeah, I'd show you,
Easy.
but just gonna have to imagine it.
Ghost spirits.
Yeah, they're like white.
Is it what
They
kind
have
of
big weapons.
What kind of style of gameplay is it though?
You seen Dead Cells?
Dead Cell.
Is that
I've
yes?
heard the song by Papa Roach.
Well, that's one of my favorite. That is my favorite band, actually.
I know it is because I ended up making you really sad when you played
Let's not talk about that.
you played Papa Roach Scars.
Yeah, my
And
favorite
I was like,
song.
man, this is one of the worst songs that they did. And you're
Right.
like, it's my favorite song. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's awkward.
Yeah, it's tattooed on my arm.
I know. You're like,
Yeah.
it's like, just joking. It's a really good song.
It's sick,
Love
man.
it.
Man, that song's so cool.
Yo.
Right up there in my top faves.
See, that's what happens when you get lyrics tattooed.
Look,
Oh.
there's Magnolia.
Oh,
Here we
look,
go.
End of Magnolia. Just skip to the gameplay already.
Here we go.
I'm
Oh,
okay,
Lilac.
good. Yeah, you could keep skipping around. Get to the fight. I want to be done with this game.
Okay. Wait, I'm excited for this one. This is good.
Okay.
Good game. Side scroller.
Mm-hmm. Atmospheric.
Yeah, nice. I like the art style.
Enemies. A lot of running.
Kind of like Rayman Legends.
Here we go. Some
joking.
fighting. Some Souls-like fighting.
Oh, okay.
All right, next game. So I've been talking about this one for 10 minutes.
All right, here's a ranger.
All right, this one actually looks really cute and interesting. Really charming hand-drawn art style, and you play on a grid, and every time you move, the entire line that you're on moves. What do you think of this one?
Oh, it looks very charming.
From the artist of Braid, which was a great game.
Yep.
Very beautiful. Is this something you would play?
Nope.
Next.
But it's definitely very charming.
Very charming. We got a lot to get through. This one I couldn't care less about. Unicorn Overlord. It is the worst name for a game. A lot of people in the comments on my video said this is a throwback to old like Ogre Tactics style games. So if you are excited for this, that's great. I just think it looks like a dime a dozen and the name is silly.
It looks like the type of game that I would have played on the PC online on some random game website.
Like a Flash game?
Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah. You play Flappy Bird, then go straight to Unicorn Overlord.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Or like there
I
was
agree.
one that was called like MMORPG. Like that was the name
Just
of the
default?
game. Yeah, it was like just
Yeah.
really basic.
I think this is a re-release of that.
amazing.
Yeah.
I think the graphics were better back in the day.
Yeah, they didn't look great.
In
did
my
they?
high school on the...
This game is, I'm not going to play it.
Capcom, that excites... Oh.
Yeah.
That's a shame, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Pokemon Egg.
So this is Pokemon. This is Monster Hunter, if you've ever heard of Monster Hunter.
Yes.
If they made a Pokemon game.
Then I'm 100% invested.
Okay, let's go right now. So there's a
Remastered version
sequel.
of the first one.
There's a sequel on Switch. This one was on 3DS. So now they're re-releasing it onto the Switch so that the second one and the first one's on the Switch.
And this is the first one.
That's the first one. And they added fully voice acting, which it didn't have before, and some other nice things and features. But the whole game is you go around collecting little monster eggs, and then you hatch little dinosaur guys.
I probably would play this.
The second one, I think, would probably be a better experience to play at this point.
Here's the problem that I have when I come into a series late is I always want to play the first one because I'm a stickler for making sure the story progresses correctly.
There's not really too much story crossover.
Okay.
It's I think I might be misremembering, but I think it's relatively, you don't have to play the first one.
Looks more like Digimon than Pokemon.
Yeah, recently little unique monster. Then they battle.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. Next. I am actually.
On
I'm glad
to the next one.
I'm glad this one's coming to Switch, but I've already played it.
Epic Mickey.
All right, this for a lot of people saved the direct.
I
which
have that game.
is pretty funny to me that this is the one that saved it.
Liv, this is the game that we were playing the other day with Flinny. That was last year. Okay. Last year we played this game with Flinny. The Mickey game? I think it was.
Epic Mickey, where you go with a paintbrush and you paint things.
Yeah, no. There was no paintbrush.
Well,
It wasn't that game,
now's
though.
your chance to play it for the first time because it's remastered, remade. It's called Rebrushed
What's a Mickey game on the Switch?
on the Switch.
Currently.
Castle of Illusion.
That is probably that one then. isn't
Yeah,
it?
very, very.
Yeah, we did not
different.
play this game.
Yeah,
That's a complete
very
lie. But this
different
looks like the kind of game that I'd play. This
Yeah,
is
it's
great.
a platformer.
Lovely.
You paint things. You paint the world around you. And it's Mickey.
I personally like this game.
Yeah, this looks really good fun.
It's actually a hidden gem game that a lot of people really loved from the Wii era. And we got a couple of Wii era games come back in this direct, and this was the first one. A lot of people very excited for that and thought it was the best thing of the whole direct.
Still no Wind Waker, right?
No, not yet.
They don't want to cater to you.
It's coming.
It literally is to me.
It's a little further down this page.
It's been catering to me since the Switch released.
So you know how you are finally playing Persona, hopefully?
Yeah.
You downloaded Persona 3?
I have it downloaded, correct.
Persona is actually a spin-off series that came from the Shin Megami Tensei games. And now you've learned something.
I knew that anyway. What are you talking
Okay,
about?
cool. So this is the latest Shin Megami Tensei.
Hey, Wood. I'm hosting a game show
I
right
know,
now.
buddy.
I know. I
You're
mean, I
so-
clearly wouldn't be sitting here right now if I wasn't qualified enough to host a game show.
And it's going so well.
Thanks, man. You know,
So this is the fifth one, which already came out on Switch. But you know how I was telling you that, like with Persona, they release it, then a few years later they add a bunch more stuff in, and they re-release it called Persona 5 Gold Royal.
yes.
This is that for this game. So it's Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. So it's the same game, but with more stuff in it. If you haven't played the game yet, you could. I didn't like this game.
So kind of like the Final Fantasy 16 DLC, where it came like later and it made the game longer, or do you mean it changes everything from the start?
It adds content into the whole experience.
from the early game.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly, but yeah, it adds content to the whole experience, and I'm sure some things in post game too, like Persona does. It's
Man,
very
they
similar to
They made
Persona.
that Cummings 6, 21, 24 really creepy. I don't know why they did that.
I believe it's a lot like Persona minus the day in life sim stuff that I love so much. It's kind of just all action.
Battlefront. Yo,
Yeah.
that's a throwback for me.
Did you ever play them?
Yeah, back in the day, the original Battlefront, I spent a long time on that game.
Well, I got fantastic news for you.
I always
because
remember the Wookiee level.
This was also a lot of favorites from the event for people. Battlefront Classic Collection. So it's got all the Battlefronts, which I believe is 2.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Remastered, so they're in HD. They haven't like changed anything. They're just making it HD. But it does fully support the online.
Yo.
So you can play online.
That's really cool.
There's a mode where you play as like all heroes if you don't want to
Yep.
deal with everything else.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I didn't really personally care for this one much just because it's like, I don't know, it just looks very dated to me. I wish they had done something more fancy with it, but people were very
But
excited.
sometimes that's what I look for, though. Like, if I play an old game from childhood, I don't want it to be current gen graphics.
I feel like you're in the minority of that because a lot of people want it to
No,
look like a PS5 game.
No, like Toy Story 2 is an amazing game. Try playing that now on like PlayStation Plus or whatever the membership gimmick is. You know where you like. Yeah. I tried playing it. It's impossible. It's literally impossible to play.
Why?
Because the controls don't work.
So
it's too slidey and gross. I would rather go and play the old one on my old.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like,
okay.
A lot of the time, I'd rather play the old games on their original consoles because it feels better.
I played it on N64.
You know what I mean?
So I agree.
I mean, I was having that thought the other day too, because like all these games that are like, you know, they get re-released, remastered. It's just nice to plug in an old Super Nintendo if you want to play one of these old games and get the full experience.
Yeah. One of the first things when me and Liv first got together, one of the biggest like it sounds weird to say biggest selling factor. That sounds so bad. I don't mean it in a bad way. You all take this as a compliment.
Your love.
One of the first selling factors about her personality was that she was playing the GameCube when we first started talking. And I was like, you have a GameCube? Which is like my favorite console of all time. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, what are you playing? And she was playing Series of Unfortunate Events on the GameCube.
I used to love that game.
Wasn't even playing like a main title like GameCube game. She was playing a more obscure one. I was like, I'm going to marry that girl. You know what I mean?
It is a random one to be playing now.
We still have that GameCube with all those games.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I played that game a lot. When Liv walked in today, she saw the GameCube collection and went, whoa, look at all the GameCube games.
Yeah. Liv probably has more of a retro gaming collection than I do. She has all these old 3DS games. She has her DS, her Game Boy Color. Like an handhold, like old stuff. Liv has a tin filled with it.
Yeah, we still have a box of Kim's old games out in the basement somewhere.
Of course you do.
And I told you, I think
because
I told
they're similar.
You, the first conversation Kim and I had was about video games. She messaged me to talk about Yoshi's Island. And then we just got in love from there.
It's all about Yoshi's Island.
It was a big selling factor for her.
It all started with Yoshi's Island.
I know, there's just so many similarities. We should just live together.
Yeah, I guess.
In the castle.
Just buy a big.
Can we talk about our anniversaries?
Oh yeah, that's crazy too.
Our wedding anniversaries are a day apart.
There's a day in between our anniversaries.
So we're gonna hang out and do a joint anniversary thing in that middle day, which we were supposed to do this time. But I don't know what happened.
Year too, or it's a different year?
No, a different year.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I ruined our basement. That's what happened.
I knew what happened. I didn't want to get into it.
Oh, don't get me started on it. I'm finally out of the
basement,
the dwelling that I was in for this basement, where I taught myself how to plaster a wall. I painted the whole thing. Then I sanded the wall. Well, you know this story anyway.
You
but
disappeared.
For those, just so you guys understand
like 3 weeks.
I disappeared for 3 weeks in my basement, and I ruined a wall with. I saw these hexagonal sound panels, and it gave me like PTSD.
Sorry.
Oh,
because
he ruined his wall with them.
I put a bunch of the self-adhesive sound panels on a wall, like where my desk setup was, and I filled the whole wall because I thought it looked cool. Then when we were planning what the basement was going to change, like looks wise, I decided I was going to peel them off, and it was the worst decision I ever made because I started peeling them. So it was tearing the drywall, and then the bits that didn't tear. Well, you saw this. The bits that didn't tear, it was just adhesive all over the wall. So me and Liv spent like nearly every day in Home Depot buying a different product to try and get rid of this. We had goo off, goop off, all these like random things. Liv tried a bunch of like
gone.
Liv tried some like self-made like recipes to try and get rid of it. So we did that for a few days. Did not work. Liv pretty much gave herself carpal tunnel trying to like scrape the stuff off the wall. That I had to learn how to plaster. So I plastered this wall, which it was a learning experience. And then when you plaster, you have to sand it down to smooth it, right?
Of course.
I made the mistake of not knowing I needed ventilation. So I sanded it in this basement of mine, and there was a thick layer of dust over everything in the basement. All of my, you know the amount of Spider-Man statues I have.
You're obsessed with the
everything.
web.
A thick layer of like powder. So me and Liv had to go through individually one by one, like,
and dusting
it off. So yeah, so I saw these and went,
I'm so sorry.
However, if you ever take them down and you need someone to plaster it, got you.
Got it. I will call you up. Can I tell you, was it these with like the whole back? Was it these
Wasn't the
or
nice
was it
ones
tape?
like this, but it was the whole adhesive back.
So the way that you get it off usually is you get a heat gun.
Yeah, someone told me that afterwards.
And then you.
I think it was Liv. After I'd already torn the wall to pieces.
Well, you know how I get it off? With a nice cup of coffee from Trade.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm drinking right now. It's definitely cold now.
You know, whether you're training for your next big match or you're in your current match, what's a great way to get energy for the big wrestling match?
A nice cup of coffee.
Oh, from Trade?
I think so, yeah.
You can get it delivered and ordered anywhere you want, even straight to a wrestling ring, technically.
Can you really?
If you, well, yeah, I mean, just put the address of the ring in.
We should do it. Let's do
It's a subscription service, and let me tell you all about it. Trade Coffee is here to help you make better coffee at home. Trade brings roasted to order coffee from more than 55 of the nation's top roasters right to your doorstep. Last week, I was all giddy because I brought in a fresh bag that we opened right here on set.
And it smelled real good.
And it smelled real good, and it was roasted just a few days beforehand, and it was shipped straight from here in New York City.
I love that you can get coffee like that within days of it being roasted. Like, where else are you going to get that?
Nowhere.
Yeah,
I
love
mean,
that.
unless you go to those places yourself.
Yeah, but how are you going to get there if
every
you're
week you're going to go
on the
you're
other
gonna-
side of the world?
and you're going to buy them. I don't know about you, but February is a time of year where I need pick-me-up. That's actually true. I'm reading that and it sounds cringe, but it is true. Because like,
This is depression,
especially
period.
because I am working out right now,
Oh, yeah.
and the mornings when they're cold, nothing gets you going more than a cup of coffee.
Getting
Hot
nice.
cup of coffee. I'm actually being serious.
I'm proud of you.
When you subscribe to Trade, you'll discover new favorites while supporting small businesses across the country. The best part is you can personalize everything. They send coffee that's matched to your taste preference, and you can choose how often you get it delivered.
So you can get monthly, but you could do
You can get monthly,
even-
bi-monthly, weekly,
Oh, wow.
fortnightly.
What?
Fortnight.
Okay.
You can get it as much as you want. And if you are on a subscription and you want to pause it, you can. You can delay it. If you are doing weekly and you run out of beans, you can order more on the spot.
That's awesome.
You can do whatever you want, baby. And I do it all the time. Jumpstart your daily coffee routine by signing up with a Trade subscription. Right now, Trade is offering up to $15 off select plans. And you can get your first bag of coffee free. Just visit drinktrade.com/Nontendo. That's drinktrade.com/Nontendo for a free bag and up to $15 off select subscription plans. That's the best offer they've ever given.
I love that.
That's a free bag and $15.
I haven't been able to get coffee yet, but now that I'm going, now I see these deals. I'm going
These
for it.
deals are out of
Dude,
control.
I love it. I love it.
And I've said it before, but there's nothing like getting those freshly roasted beans straight to your door and they're all wet and sticky.
All those beans.
Because you know they were just roasted. You don't want no dried out.
No.
I don't want to say a competition name. Dried out beans from a grocery store. You open it up and the bag goes. You want it fresh. You want it to go when you open it up. You know?
okay, yeah, whatever you want,
So
man.
you know
That's
it's good.
fine. That's
All
wet
right,
beans.
Trade coffee, baby. There's been so many issues. It's already 2:00, but there's so much to still go
I know.
through. So we got to blast through some of this. So bring it up.
I also feel like the way that there is a picture over there to break the wall down. There's a picture of you and Bob over there.
It exists.
I do kind of feel like we've just started dating, and you and this is your ex that you'd been with for a long time, and you've got through the situation.
Yeah.
You know, you're moving forward.
Yeah.
You're over that now.
Yeah.
But I feel like as a new
Well, you know what
person
they,
in the
they
chair,
say.
I kind of feel a little bit like
You know what they say is the best way to get over your ex
talk about video games with them.
is to get under a British guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
God.
Bring up the freaking.
Wait, on a Thursday at 2 p.m. Here we go.
All right,
There we
South
go.
Park Snow Day. If you're
Yeah.
listening to this audio, if you're watching this episode, I'm sorry that it's been such a mess. I am having fun though.
Yeah, me too.
South Park Snow Day. I don't know when the South Park games stopped looking good. But this. But the Stick of Truth and the cartoony ones that look like you're in the cartoon, those I thought looked pretty good. Maybe.
I never played them.
The stories were good. The games were actually pretty fun. This looks like the old 64 style game. And weirdly, all the gameplay is just random shots of these characters like spinning. There's so many shots of them spinning. Like they think that's a really cool thing to do in the game.
It's like a South Park MOBA, kind of.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on. It just doesn't look good.
Yeah.
South Sword Art Online got there in the end. I don't really know anything about Sword Art Online. I don't think this game is an MMO. It's based on an MMO.
I've never played one.
It's based on the anime about an MMO. It's a game based on an anime based on a game.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Gundam Breaker as well. I skipped all of these in my video because I just don't know what to say. And besides, Liv really wants to talk about Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. So let's get
I'm more
that
excited
playing.
about World of Goo.
That game's actually fun. So
Exciting.
We'll get there.
Super Monkey Ball, I'm very excited.
This is
Yeah.
a actual new Monkey Ball game. We've had a lot of, I feel like, masters and remakes of Monkey Ball recently. This is a brand new game, 200 brand new stages. I'm sure this was a highlight for a lot of people watching the event, either to get it for their kids or get it for themselves. I know Kim and I love Monkey Ball, specifically when we go to the arcade and we play the Monkey Ball arcade game where it has a giant ball that you spin with your hands and you move the monkey around.
I think I'm in the stage of my gaming life now where nostalgia wins over everything. Mm-hmm. And just watching that then, especially when it went to like the 4-player split screen, was like just memories. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's that, I think, and nowadays with games being so long and being such an undertaking and not having much time as an adult man, just a game like this where you could just boot it up, play a couple levels,
Do you know what I think it is though?
go home, sleep.
Do you know what I really think it is though? It's
What?
fun.
It is fun. It's just
Games
silly.
aren't really that
goofy.
There's a lot of games that aren't really fun anymore.
No.
I was
Like
saying
what?
this on
Name one, please.
Fortnite,
Yeah?
Call of Duty.
Yeah, you play those
I
two
play them
more than
all
any
the
other
ti-
game, though.
Exactly. And I said to you the other day.
We were playing Call of Duty last night.
Yeah. And the most annoying thing every time that I play Fortnite or stream Fortnite or Call of Duty is I come away from playing in a worse mood than I started.
Yeah.
Every time.
That won't happen with Monkey
Because
Ball.
I'm just chasing that one good game or that one win or
Yeah.
that one high kill. Like it's all I'm chasing is that one thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not worth the agony in between when there's clearly a bunch of 12-year-olds that have absolutely cracked reaction times. And
I agree 100%.
31-year-old me is just like, I thought I was pretty good at COD. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was pretty good.
You've been humbled.
And then now I'm in these lobbies where just consistently I'm just getting spanked.
Yeah, I don't know what lobbies you're in. I don't know what happened to gaming in general back in, and maybe I'm just bad now, but I don't feel like I got any worse at games. Back in the day, I
Yeah.
could jump into any online game, any lobby, and I could pretty much win. Like it wasn't really a challenge.
dude,
I mean, maybe because I was a kid. But now, any online game, it doesn't matter what it is. Like there's a game on Switch where you like jump as like a little rabbit and you just use the Joy-Cons to skip. And I'm pretty sure if it had online, I'd get out-skipped by every little kid out there.
Probably.
Like it doesn't matter what game it is, you will get creamed.
Yeah, that's true. They're really good.
Not a good word to use.
Like me, like I was trying to segue away from that, so we did. You just decided to highlight your ridiculous comment. Congratulations, sir.
I was
No,
trying
I-
to use a different word than whipped, and I went to creamed.
Well, I was
because
about to
whipped
make
cream-
I was about to make a Smash reference, and then I was like, well, I should probably explain. I want to be talking about the game at this point.
Yeah, whipped cream and smash.
Okay, World of Goo.
Sounds
right?
like a fun Valentine's
Monkey Ball
Day.
looks good. Let's go Monkey Ball. I will be buying that game.
Yeah, so will Liv, it sounds like.
Liv will be buying that game, and I will be playing it.
World of Goo 2.
I like the sound of it.
Whenever this came up on stream, people who didn't play the
2D
first
boy.
one were like memeing on it a bit. But yeah, the first World of Goo was actually a really fun game.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Do you want to talk about it, E? If you like it so
Yeah.
much?
What is the
Sell it to us.
the context?
It's all very puzzle based, and you have like these little goo balls that are like, I guess, like alive, and they create like bridges, and you have to like get through each level with a certain amount of goo balls, and then it like changes every time.
So it's like Lemmings, but with goo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
look
the
at
way-
me bringing out a good old Lemmings reference.
There's like different, that's a good one.
I love that
There's a
game.
different types of goo. They react in different ways, and it's all about using physics to try and get the goo to go where you want to go. Building bridges and manipulating the terrain. And yeah, it is actually one of them games that's more fun to play than it
In World
looks.
of Goo 2, you choose the goo that you want to use in the World of Goo 2.
double the goo.
Just gooing all over the place.
Trying to-
just unloading the goo to cross the specific.
The specific ocean?
Yeah. Oh, don't want to go down that hole. Better splash some goo everywhere.
Soundbite that, please. Can we clip that and use that in another episode? Fantasy Life. People got upset with me for not mentioning this one.
Ooh.
I just felt like it looked like a dime a dozen again with a lot of these games on Switch. But yeah, I guess it's a RPG style game where you pick a different career, whatever career you want. You want to be
Lives
a cook.
in. Hands down, lives in. Guaranteed. Just looking at this, lives in.
It is very Animal Crossing, actually. Yeah. I guess it looks more fun than I'm giving it credit for. Liv and Kim are loving it back there.
Yeah,
so
I was going to say,
it definitely,
like, they should have been in the seat for
for this one. This definitely has an audience then. Actually, yeah, I mean, the more I'm looking at it now, the more I'm like, you know,
and
I
there's a
probably...
combat aspect to it.
Well,
Yes.
also, it's multiplayer, and Kim and I love Fae Farm,
Yeah.
so I could see Kim and I playing this.
Did you just not really watch it? You didn't watch it, did you? You like partially watched it.
I zoned
and
out.
went, "I don't like
it was 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and I'm
true.
seeing something that looks like 100 other games, but this one does actually
Yeah,
look
this
pretty
looks pretty
good.
good.
It's about as close as we got to a farming sim in this one. There's usually always a farming sim. The next one, I think, is my favorite from the whole thing.
What's the next one?
Another Crab's Treasure.
Okay.
So this game, you play as a crab.
Incredible.
It's fully voice acted
Even
with
better.
all these other like hermits around the world. It's Souls-like, so you fight and hack and slash, and it's kind of hard and difficult.
Can you only fight like sideways too? Do you have to like move sideways?
I'm not sure how the combat works.
I hope so.
But the whole gimmick
There we
is
go.
that you take your shells, you get different shells from around the world. So you switch your shell out with whatever you find. If you find a mug, if you find a box, whatever you find, you can make it a shell. How do you feel about that?
I'm going to be brutally honest. I feel like this main character is not even a crab. What type of crab is this? He looks more like a lobster.
That's
like
your
a baby
nitpick?
lobster.
Hermit crab.
It's a hermit crab, the kind that takes shells.
Yeah.
Well, he's-
Okay,
he's
all right.
naked
All right.
without a shell.
I take it back now. Then yes, I would like to play that game.
Okay.
That actually looks like a game that I'd definitely be into.
I'm excited for that game.
Another crabs. So you just go around and you try and steal other crabs' treasures
Yeah.
while upgrading your shell.
Yeah.
That's pretty rad.
And there's goo.
Oh, that's goo. Then. You should have started
I'm
with the
sorry, I
goo.
forgot about the goo.
I do love some goo.
Penny's Big Breakaway. It's made by the people that made Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania was a supersonic game,
I own the game.
but it was made by fans of Sonic, and they kind of just made a Sonic fan game, but ended up becoming very popular and people really liked it.
I didn't know that.
This is them actually doing their own thing. It's called Penny's Big Breakaway. And fun fact, a few days ago, they reached out to me and offered to sponsor the channel if I made a video for them. And it was a very good offer, but they said they needed the video in like a day. And I was like, how am I going to make a good video about your game in a day? And they said, well, the game's coming out soon because it's out now. It's out now as of yesterday. So I was like, I can't do that. So I didn't do that.
That's a shame.
That is a shame. I wish they'd given me more time because I am
Yeah.
actually looking forward to playing this game, and I would have liked to have worked with them on the video.
You could work
Thoughts?
with them after the fact.
Well, they haven't talked to me about that.
Silly sausages, contact my boy. Come on. Come on. How many long-haired, semi-attractive men? I'm joking. Wait, can we get a zoom on that face? That's the face I was looking. There it is. That's
Semi?
This face right here is the face that I live for sometimes. The whiny comment. The whiny comment was for that face, and you
Now,
gave it to
I
me.
don't need to be told that I'm attractive. I'm not looking for that. But the pointing out that it's semi implies there's a part of me that you don't find attractive, which is an insult.
I think it's the whiny part.
Well, I'm whining about it now. Is it the nose? Because our noses are very similar, my guy. I hate to tell you.
No, I always talk about my nose. I hate my nose. No, it was a joke.
This guy,
It was
man.
a joke, buddy. Come on. Don't take it personally. Let's talk about Penny's Big Breakaway again.
This guy walks in with a six-pack and thinks he can throw me.
I don't have a six-pack, thanks. My very attractive friend would love to get a deal going with you guys because
Yeah, is he here?
because he's
Did you bring him?
he's in the back. So if you don't want Wood to do it, I know a guy. He has a much smaller gaming following. Do you remember when you asked me if I was...
Yeah, I might be ugly, but I'm popular.
Do you remember when you asked me...
That is YouTube. Huh?
Hey, to be fair, that's true. No, do you remember when you asked me if I would do this? Which I think we confirmed that I was going to do this yesterday evening.
Yeah, well, that's not my fault.
And I said, well, I've not had a tan or had my hair cut
You haven't got a tan for this.
For 4 weeks.
You're not taking your shirt off.
Yeah, I don't know. Not yet. That's for the Patreon page.
Okay.
No.
It might help.
I said, so you're getting backwards hat, Kippy, or whatever I said.
Yeah, you did say that.
So I'm not in full
You're
attractive mode
self-conscious
today.
because of your hair regrowth.
Mm-hmm.
You're only semi-attractive today, like me.
I think I'm under semi-attractive today, my friend.
You're doing fine.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm sure.
Okay, Pepper Grinder.
well,
Really
actually,
excited for this one.
I am actually, but before that, Squeaker game got a multiplayer mode. They didn't have any gameplay here of this one for some reason.
Oh, what's that? Squeaky game?
Squeaky game took the world by storm because you match things. Kim got addicted to it for a while. Can you bring up gameplay if you can?
What do you do?
It's so simple. It's like a flash game, and you just match berries, and you try and build the berries bigger and bigger to get a watermelon. And if you get a watermelon, that's good. You get good points. And you try not to have it overflow, and then you lose. It's kind of like Tetris, but with watermelons. That's it. I know how this looks, but for some reason, it got very popular. Even I was addicted to it for a while. And now they added a multiplayer where you can verse your friends. You have to pay for it for some reason, but it's there now.
It looks like
paid
it
DLC,
looks
yeah.
like it looks like Tetris for people that can't play Tetris. It's like I'm just going to drop these and watch them. Look, it's just rolling around. What is? I don't know, man.
But you see, like on the left, how much wasted space he has. Like he's really messed that whole thing. He did win though, so the other guy
I think
did
it's because
worse.
it's circles. I don't like it. There's too much space.
So I thought the same thing till I tried it. Give it a shot. You might like it.
Nah.
All right. It's weirdly addicting. It did take Twitch by storm.
I'm really bad at that though, as you know.
No, I know. At Twitch?
Hey, you should play. Yeah. Hey, you should play this game. This is like a game that's doing really
That's
well
really popular right now?
Nah, man, I want to play some Fortnite and
Yeah.
get angry at Fortnite
And then get upset.
and watch Britain's Got Talent videos.
Pepper Grinder is a classic indie pixel art looking game.
Oh, I like it already. Look at that guy. I like him.
Very awesome art style, and you grind through things, and you use the momentum to like blast and blow through the ground.
I like the look of this one.
Yeah, the look is awesome. It has like that classic indie eShop game look, but I do really love it. And the motion of how you play looks like the most fun, just flowing through the levels. So this one has you hooked. We got a winner on this one. This and the goo one.
Yeah. This and goo, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Which one do you like the look of more?
Probably this one.
Yeah, but there's no goo.
Yeah, there's not really. There might be some goo somewhere though.
We might find some. You might grind through some goo.
Exactly. There's got to be a goo level, man.
Everyone loves a good goo grind.
Are we creating new? Urban Dictionary is going to have a bunch of new things added to
To goo
it.
grind.
Goo grind.
The act of playing World of Goo right after Pepper Grinder. Pocket Card Jockey, I don't know. Pentiment, I don't know why there's no gameplay for that one either. If you want to pull it, just because they threw that into the sizzle reel, and I don't know why. They should have given. You know what a sizzle reel is?
Yeah, but what's pocket? What did that say? Pocket card.
Can you bring up Pocket Jockey as well?
Pocket jockey?
I'm
Yo,
trying to,
that's got to be a right.
I'm trying to go a little quicker because you told me you had a hard out.
It's okay. It's okay.
But we can. This is Pocket Jockey. You
That's
like
what
it?
I'm
You
trying
want
to
it?
do, yeah.
You need this? Goo Grinder and Pocket Jockey.
No, I definitely need the game, but the name is okay. Maybe I don't wait.
Yeah.
Just double betting.
It's
for the worst person.
It didn't look that good to me. I kind of breezed past it, but this was another one in my comments where people were like, wow, he didn't even talk about Pocket Jockey and how it has online
Yo,
now.
you don't want to know what a pocket jockey is on Urban Dictionary. man, quit being such a pocket jockey and get your own an annoying friend who never leaves your side when you have a bag of drugs. And is always
Pocket jockey.
and is always trying to get a hit of your drugs anytime you do some. They should have really checked this before they created the game.
I should have checked you before I brought you in.
I'm reading it. I'm not making this up.
To be fair, the game's called Pocket Card Jockey.
Oh, is it? I read it wrong. There we go.
You were so close.
See, I thought pocket jockey was going to mean like
No, I liked it.
You know what I mean?
Goo Grinder and Pocket Jockey
My hand-
back to back.
Giving myself a quick pocket job.
This is Pentiment.
There's no Switch trailer, so they didn't
That's
have-
fine.
yeah, it's fine.
This game was one of the other Xbox games like Grounded that just came to Switch that no one saw coming until the leaks, which everyone saw coming. It's never looked fun to me, but it's got perfect scores across the board from pretty much every outlet. And it's all because of its writing and storytelling.
If Wishbone was a game still.
What is Wishbone? What is Wishbone?
You didn't have him over there, huh?
Do you know what Wishbone is?
He's on Beagle. That's our history.
We're not from here.
we're both aliens.
Was he friends with Postman Pat
Yo.
and his black and white cat? Early in the morning, just when
What did
day
we
was
randomly?
dawning.
Oh, that was FND Films, wasn't it? When we
Yeah.
were randomly
They're
singing.
coming in.
Parkour. Are they really?
I can tell you when if you want.
Yeah, I'll come and hang. I'm not driving through New York again though.
That's fine. They're
You
gonna
can
stay.
drive
They're gonna
me this
stay with
time.
me.
There you go.
This is Pentiment.
Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of.
It looks really boring.
Yeah,
I know, but apparently it's really
kinda
fun.
like the art
or
style,
at least,
though.
At least the story is really cool.
It looks like those old like tapestries.
You know what it reminds me of? Actually, Wishbone.
Yeah, it reminds me of Wishbone
Yeah,
too.
Wishbone is really what it hits
With the-
home for
with the
me.
dog? With
With
the
the
dog?
dog. Yeah, remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, next. We're getting close to the end. All right, yeah, play this trailer. Nintendo games coming to Nintendo Switch Online. New games coming to Nintendo Switch Online.
Okay, I'm a member, so I would like to see this.
All right, so you're going to see a little Rareware logo flash, which people did not think more Rare games could even come to the online.
Bam, 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 yo! I saw it.
It flashes them and then it shows you more detail of all of them. Well, I'm glad you're excited because I looked at this lineup and I was a
Sorry,
little...
I'm like in that camera. I got so excited that I'm like over here. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, dude, such a.
There they are. Is that the one? The Battletoad?
Oh, it is. It's the. Oh, that's the
Well-
artwork and everything. When does it come out? Now.
It's already out. You could go home and play it today. He's so happy. This is his favorite partner direct ever.
It's the best co-op. Well, one of the best co-op games ever played.
If you were to rank all of the partner directs you've ever seen, how would this one rank?
Hands down, number one.
Okay.
No, I'm not even joking because I've been trying to play that game for so long, and I've not like. The other day, I was literally watching someone else play the game on YouTube because I just wanted to have that experience of that game.
I could have hooked you up this whole time, you know.
The first level, yeah, you could have really.
I could have figured it out. I could have given you an analog pocket.
Yeah, it's such a bum, 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 bum.
Well, I'm glad you're really excited for it. The other ones were Blast Core,
Right, I'm
RC
done. Thanks, see ya.
Pro-Am. I don't blame you.
What was it? Sorry.
Snake Rattle and Roll. I don't know. Oh, and Killer Instinct. I mean that is a big one.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I do like that game.
yeah. That's actually a pretty good fighter. I'm not gonna lie.
Man,
And then lastly for this direct,
I'm reminding myself.
please play Battletoads later before I forget. Endless Ocean. I went on a little bit of a rant on my video yesterday, and I'll repeat it a little bit. But so Endless Ocean were Wii hidden gems. There was 2 of these on Wii, and the whole game is you're underwater and you're just exploring. There's no battling, there's no RPG, there's no story. You just explore a really large ocean. And people loved it. It was unironically just really fun and calming and just a hidden gem of an experience. Well, we've had nothing of that series since the Wii. So now we have Endless Ocean Luminous, where you can play with up to 30 people online and explore a giant ocean that changes every time you load up the game.
That's the first
funny?
level of Battletoads.
This
It's
is
been in my head.
literally how I was the first 50 episodes of the podcast, and then Bob beat it out of me. And now I'm dealing with it on the other end.
I think it's more the fact though of Battletoads. Like that is the same reaction that I would have given if it was like, you know, Bugs Bunny and Taz, Time Busters, or Joe and Mac if I'd not been able to play it recently. Like that's
I
a
can't
big game for
believe
me.
that you
That's a
sat
childhood
down
game for me.
to start this episode and said the game that made my whole life was Battletoads.
Yeah, dude, I'm not
when
even
that was
joking.
about to show up in the direct you hadn't seen.
It's the soundtrack, it's the game itself,
Mm-hmm.
like the characters. I just enjoy. It's just so cool.
Who's your favorite character? Snot, Booger, but
I'm a pimple guy.
Zit. That's the one, right?
No, it's Rash, Pimple.
There's one called Booger. I thought
There's not one called Booger. Well,
there's four.
there's
Rash,
three.
Zit. There's three.
Yeah,
Oh, Rash, Zit, and who?
Pimple.
Pimple. Oh, I could have swore there was a Booger. No, I'm thinking of Booger Man.
Yeah, Pimple.
course.
Pimple's the green one, right?
You played Booger Man?
Yeah, Pimple's the green one. What?
You played Booger Man?
I have not played Booger Man. What is Booger Man?
I'd have to be right up your alley. Goo, boogers.
I've never played it, but is this a
It's
real
on Super
game or are you
Nintendo,
making
yeah.
a game yourself?
No,
now?
there's a big man made out of booger and he's going like this on the cover.
Wow.
Yeah.
What console was Earthworm Jim on?
A lot, but Super Nintendo,
Because
64.
I never had that game, but my next door neighbor had it, and I loved playing it.
Maybe there wasn't one on 64, actually.
I think it was
Super
he had a
Nintendo.
Genesis, I think.
Unicycle? Is that a game? Yeah.
Unicycle.
Oh, yeah, I do know the one.
Oh.
The cover art is literally a unicycle. Yeah. Yeah.
It was fun. Good music.
I haven't played unicycle.
Yeah, I never played it. You have to show me later.
If you heard the music where you'd be like, oh,
Do we have an N64? No, we don't, do we? Need to get one
We
of
could
those.
figure it out.
Yeah, let's
we could
find
go
one.
game hunting and look
Yeah,
for
I'd
one.
like to go find some old consoles. Really.
We were supposed to go game hunting and like go to video game stores. I haven't taken you to Classic Game Junkie yet.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
We should go.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Let's do it.
I need some
You
stuff.
want, are you busy now?
Yeah, I am actually.
Is
Right
that
now.
Endless Ocean, right? So the only thing that I had a gripe with the Endless Ocean game is that the whole idea is to explore this beautiful, gorgeous ocean,
Yeah.
right? It's coming out on the Switch in like the last year of the Switch. And if you bring up the
I
gameplay,
can't really think of anything worse. to be
yeah,
honest.
it's not very pretty. It's very ugly. It looks like a Wii game. Is that thing happening again over there?
No.
Can I see it? Endless Ocean.
Yeah. If
But I'm talking
Yeah.
about it now.
You were talking and then
I need the reference of what I'm talking about.
yeah,
Cut around to the gameplay.
of course, I'm like slightly mentally a child when I love video games so much.
Chat that was coming up and it was literally why is he acting like a 12-year-old?
So I do have ADHD, and
We both do.
We both do, and I really wanted to be like ready to rumble
You're
today.
doing great. I love it.
So I didn't take any of my ADHD medication.
This is
today.
how I was literally for the first like 50 episodes of the show.
Yeah.
And then the comment section
I
and
think
Bob
I'm excited to be here too.
told me I had to calm down.
Nah.
I agree with you.
Comment section. If you're telling him to calm down, if you're telling me to calm down, why?
This episode is a mess.
What is
though.
wrong with you?
Anyway, the game's ugly. The game's butt ugly. It
is butt ugly.
If you were to put it on any console, a game where you explore the ocean, I wish it was somewhere else. That's it.
I think that's a good idea, Mr.
Mzu?
Wood.
Abzu? Yeah, I've heard of it. But that you do more in that game. It's also like it's cartoony too. This is like realistic.
Yeah,
It just seems weird to put this on Switch. But for Switch, it looks fine.
it does.
They shouldn't have made this the last announcement. That's the
Oh, that was the last
I
announcement.
kind of like that it was the last one. It just doesn't hit for me because of the visuals. But getting a sequel to an actual Nintendo game from back in the day is really cool for a partner direct. I don't know what else you would put in the final spot.
people wanted.
I think this is a big deal. I just think that it doesn't look as good as what this kind of game needs to look. But I haven't played it yet. Maybe it's still crazy fun. Can you bring up the Elden Ring trailer? It's the
Wait,
last
that
thing I
was
want to
the-
look
that
at.
was the
I put
last-
it in the thumbnail.
That was the last thing that they showed.
Yeah, that was it. That was the whole partner direct. So what did you think of your first partner
I mean,
direct?
it was saved for me by Battletoads.
Yeah.
Battletoads definitely saved it for me.
That's what I kind of heard online. That there was always that one thing that saved it for a lot of
Yeah.
people. Epic Mickey, Monkey Ball. For you, it was Battletoads.
It was definitely Battletoads.
Yeah.
For sure. And the
Yeah.
fact that I can now go home and play it, that's pretty cool.
There was nothing for me that I
was
would
expecting
say
there to be more,
saved
though.
it.
Wasn't there?
No. That's why it was kind of like mid, and a lot of people
That's
thought
why
it
I
was
shouldn't
mid.
have listened to all the YouTube videos that I watched that told me there was going to be a Switch 2.
Well, who told you that?
The internet.
Well, that is happening, but not in a partner direct.
No, but they said there was going to be an announcement for it on this video I watched like 3 weeks ago.
In this?
No. Yeah. When they.
certain bingo card that somebody.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm really sad about it.
We might hear about that in March
2025, baby.
if it makes you feel any better.
2026, baby.
But something that we haven't talked about on the podcast
Yes.
is that there's leaks that we'll hear about it in March, and now there's leaks that Nintendo have delayed it until 2025.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
That I did hear about.
So, and I don't know if we should take any merit or value in that
Yeah.
because it's just someone said something,
That's fair.
but that would suck. Yeah. I haven't seen this yet. This is the Elden Ring.
I'm really
DLC.
good at Elden Ring.
I feel like that's a lie.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty
See,
much.
you are like me, so I know that you have not tried Souls-like games really because you think they're too hard. Elden Ring was the first one that I fully committed to and finished, and once I understood the game, I loved it so much that it's probably one of my favorite games of all time.
Really?
Elden Ring, yeah. It's in my top 10 for sure.
Damn.
It is Breath of the Wild for me if Breath of the Wild was just crazy hard. But they make, if you know how to kind of play it, it's not that hard.
Yeah, I think I made the mistake of going for a samurai and trying to fight a boss that I was not ready to fight and then getting stuck fighting this boss over and over again
So
and then eventually giving up.
As much as that sucks, what is rewarding about that is when you do decide to finally leave and come back and you do finally beat it, it feels so insanely
that's fair,
rewarding.
that's fair.
Like unlike anything else I've experienced in a game. And the cool thing about Elden Ring that I prefer over other Souls games is other Souls games are very linear. You have to fight things in a certain order. So if you get stuck fighting something hard, you're just kind of screwed till you beat it. In Elden Ring, it's fully open world. You can go, if you don't like a boss, you can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You can go beat something else, level up somewhere else. And then when you remember to come back and do the boss that you hated, you can smoke it and be like, oh my God, I'm so strong now.
Do you know what I think was my biggest turn off while I was playing it for that game?
What?
I like it when there is almost a linear path that I know I need to follow and I can kind of divert when I want to, but there is still a linear direction that I'm trying to go. I like that.
The
in a video game.
The game's map has gold arrows that point you in a linear path if you wish to take it.
Maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough.
Well, you didn't get too far.
I didn't get too far. I think I played it for like 2.5 hours, 3 hours max.
I'm very excited for this DLC. I mean, I'm seeing it now for the first time, but I assume it's just more of the game I already really enjoyed. More enemies, more bosses, more world to explore. And yeah, I'm excited to dive back in.
I think there's so many games that I need to catch up on that I think that was the main reason as well, was it's one of those games you have to get fully invested in, right?
Yeah, you
Because
kind
a
of
lot
have
of
to
my
get
buddies
immersed
that were
in it.
playing it were like super invested in
If
it.
you take time off of playing it and like forget how to
Yep.
control it and how your character
Yep.
works. But there's also so many different builds and ways you can play the game. So playing it for a second time can feel like a whole new adventure and you can go a whole different way. Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool game. Anyway, that's that. Coming to Switch.
That's going to Switch.
Nope.
Do
Do we have anything else in the doc that I wrote down?
There were two tweets, but I think it's about from Player Essence.
Oh, yeah.
I have to pull them back up.
No, it's fine. So how did you think about everything you've seen today?
Battletoads, win.
Okay. That was your favorite thing.
Pretty much.
I already talked about it in my video yesterday, but yeah, the direct was like fine. It was a little boring, but we're at that time of year right now or that time with the Switch right now,
Yeah.
where the new one's coming.
Yeah. Well,
And the last year of a console release is always very, very slow. And I'm surprised we're getting as many Nintendo games and remakes and remasters and filler content as we are. Because usually it's like dead in the last year of a console.
Yeah.
And we're still getting some stuff. It's just not going to be exciting again until next year when the new thing comes
aren't they
out.
they're re-releasing a remaster, or they're doing a remaster of Luigi's Mansion 2, right? The
Yes.
3DS one?
Yep, they're doing that.
I love Luigi's
They're
Mansion.
doing Princess Playtime.
Is that the new Princess Peach one?
Yep.
Me.
Okay. They're doing a 1,000 Year Door remaster.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that.
So there's some stuff coming.
There's some good stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't actually seen anything of the Peach one.
That doesn't look good.
It looks like she's like fighting.
It's
It's
cute.
awesome.
It's cute.
Okay.
It's cute looking.
We'll probably end up getting it.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Did you have anything else you want to say, or any way that people can come watch your stuff?
Yeah.
So on Twitch, it's the KIP Sabian on
It's
Twitch
the
too,
KIP Sabian on everything.
and on Twitter.
Twitter, the KIP Sabian, twitch.tv/the KIP Sabian.
And you might see me on Twitch.
Instagram, the KIP Sabian. You also appear on my Twitch
pop
a lot. What else do I have?
Where can they watch you wrestle?
AEW, Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, whenever I'm wrestling. We have Wednesdays, 8 p.m. on TBS, Fridays on TNT at 10 p.m., and Saturdays at 8 p.m. also on TNT.
You're looking at me like I'm going to affirm what you're saying is true.
Also, talking of it, really quickly before we go, if there are any wrestling fans in the chat, there's a
some.
huge event going on next weekend on the 3rd, which is AEW Revolution, which is Sting's last match.
I know. Kim and I are very excited.
Huge.
Yeah. Do you know where it is?
Huge. Greensboro Coliseum.
Are you going?
Greensboro.
Do you know if you're going?
I will be doing everything in my power to be there, yes.
Okay.
Sting's last match, man. The Stinger.
If for whatever reason you don't go, you should come over and watch it.
Okay.
All right, everyone go check out. We'll leave links to all of his handles down below. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
And also, you live nearby and you're my friend.
Yeah, I'll probably be back randomly.
Would love to have you back.
And for those that were expecting to actually get, video game content that was very intuitive and a bunch of information on the direct, I apologize.
Today
you
was a
didn't
mess.
get that, but
Today was a mess, and it was a combination of our energy, which was great, and also just a lot of technical issues. There was a lot of things going on over there.
Hey.
But I still had a lot of fun.
I had a lot
and
of fun
I appreciate you
too.
coming in so
Hey.
much. Guys, we're going to do a bonus episode right now. I don't know if you are going to stay for that or if you have to go because we're already running overtime. But either way, there will be a bonus episode
Yes.
right now. If you're a Patreon subscriber, come over, come hang out. Appreciate you. You'll have 88 bonus episodes to watch right now for the low
88.
price of $5.
88.
88. One for every episode.
Oh, reminds me when I first got Netflix.
Like the video, 5 stars, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. Appreciate you guys. Yeah.
Is that me or you? No, because I have this
It's
thing.
you.
I have left-right dyslexia. It's a real thing.
You.
Yeah.
Well, from where we're sitting, it's me.
I can't get my left and rights correct. I mean left and I say right. Liv hates it whenever I have to give her directions.
I bet because you'd be giving the
She
wrong
just does
one.
the opposite of what I say now, and it's the right direction.
That's a
unless
nice,
it's the
that's a
left.
nice workaround you found for your marriage.
Thanks.
Goo grinder,
Just grinding the goo.
pocket jockey.
Grinding the goo. Man.